wellness. This is part 3 in my series, Unbecoming the Sign. I started out with Source, and then we did Ophiuchus, and then we did the first sign by my perspective, which is Pisces. So now we're doing Aquarius. So if you got any questions, pinned on my page is the first 3. So this is the 4th installment, but this is part 3. So Aquarius, again, quick synopsis. This is for people who are working on source level stuff, where you're starting to look at yourself as wholeness instead of trying to keep on finding identity and separation and duality and all the other stuff. Again, this is all perspective. So stick with what resonates for you. If it does not resonate for you, really just save yourself and don't stay in here. Don't come in here and start asking questions, trying to counter what we got going on versus what you want us to have going on. That's parasitic and colonizer type energy. And yeah, it don't work. So this is for people that find resonance with it. But as I was talking with somebody a little while ago, you can never find resonance with something if you're only listening for what you want to hear. That's the dangerous thing with knowledge. Knowledge teaches you key points to listen out for. So it won't work. So in Unbecoming the Signs, Aquarius first has to face itself as Aquarius. I'll do that. That's something I got to go back and do, but I'm not going to include it in this video. So Aquarius faces itself and has to figure out its own identity. What am I? Who am I? The element of air. Aimless. This is the element of air. This is where the thoughts show you the reflection. Only don't look at the word aimless as in, man, you aimless. Look at it as the potential to be anywhere. You understand that? When you're sitting still and you have not moved, you are, by positioning, you're aimless. You haven't set a goal. Come on, parents. Got an 18-year-old that's just now getting out of school, but they ain't made up their mind whether they want to go to college or go into the workforce. Man, you aimless right now. We might look at it as a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. So this is Aquarius facing itself. It's aimless. It's going through its thoughts and trying to find the proper one to connect to. But if you look at the other readings, this is where you've already bit into the potentiality of becoming something else. When we're dealing with wholeness, source, there should be nothing else to become. You're already everything. So Aquarius faces itself. Now it's going to start going on this journey. The first sign in this force of separation is Ophiuchus. In this force of separation, in my perspective, in my experience, Ophiuchus, aka the hidden one. Before you can find yourself, you have to get lost. So Aquarius faced itself and realized that it was aimless. It hadn't really set a goal. So now it's going to follow the path of Ophiuchus, which the hidden one is, the serpent bearer. You're basically struggling with knowledge. So in this sense, Aquarius is going to struggle with its potentials to become everything. And it's going to fall prey. Remember I just said he's struggling with the serpent bearer. The serpent won in this case. Knowledge wins in this case. Howdy from South Carolina. So in this sense, to where knowledge wins, and what you'll hear me say, knowledge gets you fucked up. If the potential of what I can become is now greater than what I already am, I'm already sold into an experience. I'm already guaranteed. I've already signed a contract with motion, or at least the idea of motion. So again, this is the strength card, but it was in reverse. It's 8. It's a struggle. Aquarius, without any aim, could end up in infinity. See the 8 on the side? It's infinity. It can go anywhere, but yet it was only going within itself. That's the wholeness component. This is all you in the idea of separation, not the actual event. So Aquarius faced itself, aimless, hid from itself, and became a victim to its own struggle. From there, we go into the first motion sign, which is going to be Pisces. Pisces represents the feet. See, I said what I said at the beginning for a reason. Where your people aimless in their own psychosis, they have to come in and try and give you their spiel on what they think things are, but that's a sign of psychosis and insecurity, where they have to come in and try and convert you. It's because they haven't found safety and surety within themselves. But let's continue on with the reading. They're basically making my point for me. making my point for me. So you become a victim to your own aimlessness, and you'll need other people to be enslaved. So now you find the Pisces. You find the Pisces component of Aquarius is now in Pisces. I'm separating from myself, and now I'm about to split my movements. Try going two directions at once. I'll wait. Didn't happen. But you can do it in your mind. My mind's in two places at once. No worries. So in the sense to where Aquarius has now faced itself in Pisces, it's trying to basically follow the best perspective. It's trying... Shh, don't do that. Don't do that, because your question was, and I'm a timeout. I'm gonna do that one. Why would a God allow so much unbearable pain and suffering, and why would He allow free will? Please, it's your free will to invest into that belief. My honest answer: God ain't do this, because God is a concept. In the illusion of separation, God is a concept of yourself in separation, to where you've now reduced your energy, and now you need something else to be greater. So when you don't stand up and have accountability and responsibility for your own choices, you're already under a system of government, whether that be tangible or deity concept. So now you will tell yourself that the ills of the world, where we don't do things that we're supposed to do, are the results of a god or a devil, when it's really we are both God and devil in our inactivity to change, and in our ability to keep on allowing things to do the same. God, at my level, beyond all this religious bullshit that people keep buying themselves into, no disrespect, but all the disrespect intended, God is a generator, operator, destroyer. That's all God is, G-O-D. But if you understand anything about energy, energy in a generator still has a source. So it's not that God's allowing this, it's just that we won't do anything different. We won't do anything different, but people keep buying into what they think will make them feel safe, which is a little child's mentality. When you have to have something to hold on to because you can't hold yourself together, again, that's a psychosis. That is a scared child mindset, where you will invest your energy in something coming to do something for you that you have now told yourself you're not capable of doing on your own. And then you'll label it as free will. It's the free will to lie to yourself. The free will to lie to yourself will leave with authority and authorization for everything. Think about it. They could come on TV today and tell you, hi, when you get through lying to yourselves about voting, we're going to still take everything away from you anyway. The majority of people will still fight for the right to vote when they've already given you the recipe for destruction. And then you'll blame it on God. No, blame that on the lack of awareness. Blame that on the lack of awareness, to where what you've already been told did not meet what you've already lied to yourself about. And now what you're already believing in. Belief puts people to sleep. It's just basically an ill investment. Ill investment of ions. That's all it is. So now, getting into, like I was saying, Aquarius faces itself in Pisces. The point of separation, it's basically, you already tore yourself apart. Now I'm just trying to figure out which one of these pieces of me is going to be the safest one. The real answer should already be neither one. If something has already stole your wholeness, why would you invest in it as something that's going to hold you together? My point's being made. See, that's one thing I hate about TikTok. At least with Facebook, when you do live recordings, it shows people's comments when you go back and watch it. But TikTok, as basic as it is, it doesn't do it. So the fanaticism that's taking place right here is kind of lost in the moment. But I said it at the beginning for a reason. The fanaticism that people come in here with is really just, it's the manifestation of the overwhelm of the day. You understand that? People are overwhelmed. So when people hit overwhelm, like they showed us that 4 years ago. Think about what happened 4 years ago. I'm not going to use the keyword. But 4 years ago, people begged to be enslaved. People had bought into enough fear that something was out here killing us, that they went to the people who is known to kill us to help us live. Gee, Yogi, Dumb as fuck, right? Holy shit, there go that damn thing. What I tell you, Aquarius that is now trying to find itself in separation is going to attach itself to the biggest source of fear. You understand that? If I'm choosing between two things that have already pulled me apart, the one that I think I can handle the most is going to be the one that showed me enough of what I think I need to know. The one that's unknown, I'm not going to mess with. This one really holds more fear because it already showed you. It's already showed you what's pulling you apart. And now I think I can handle it by either submitting to it. Somebody going to save me. You understand that? All that bullshit like that. So you really, whatever you get connected to is what's going to pull you apart. And whatever is going to pull you apart, as long as it's showing you fear, you're guaranteed to be a victim. Your fear of not being enough will have you enslaved and worshiping everything in this fucking realm. Even when you can go back and trace and tell when it was made from man, you'll lie to yourself about it being different. Idiocracy. So Aquarius and Pisces, where you're already separated in your mind, you are now going to be separated in your movements. And worse. So at that point, you now have to face yourself again. Again, in this reading, Unbecoming the Signs, everything is backwards. So Aquarius faced itself to get realization. And then it faced itself as Ophiuchus, where it hid from its own energy. Then it faced itself in Pisces, where it now decided to apply its energy. It applied its energy in towards something that showed it fear. And so now it has to face itself again as consequence. So Aquarius now faces itself again in the sign of Aquarius, and it now tries to figure out whether this separation worked for me or against me. The fact that we're already still here means it worked against you. Sorry, if you, again, it's like I was saying in an analogy, if you vote for something or somebody to do something and they don't do anything different and you keep getting in line to do it again, duh. So you only voting for your own destruction. You just basically the definition of insanity, waiting to see something different by keep on doing the same. So Aquarius is going to hope for different results, which is all an illusion. It's an ill use of ions. 1-8, all the potential went to the struggle. What I tell you the struggle was, where it hid from itself. 1 is potential. 1 is the alchemy. You're only going to try and alchemize your struggle. If I'm trapped and in a trap and trying to use the trap to get out of the trap, I only trap myself. Free will. So you're only going to use the free will to misuse your energy. And again, with this being La Luna, the moon does what? Controls the waters. The waters do what? Controls your emotions. Wait, probably 7 days from now is another full moon? Watch how emotional people get. Y'all think motherfuckers are crazy now just by the energetic compression of society. Wait till that moon start getting full again and everybody out here and I can't get it out of my head. See, you can understand these influences and speak like how I speak. Oh, you have to operate out of wholeness. But if you have not learned the signs of yourself, you're going to keep falling prey to the signs of separation. So in 7 days, it's going to show you where motherfuckers are going to have bad use of energy, and that moon's going to be the culprit. Because the moon does what? Take your energy and feed it back to you through transmutation. The moon's light is not real. The moon's light is transmuted sunlight. The sun is the light that gives life in this realm. So you don't understand your own energy, the moon will show you how to move. When Aquarius has to face itself, it's going to see where the only thing that it did was move through emotion. What is emotion? Energy in movement. Emotion. Energy that is being moved. I'm angry. Your energy is being moved. I'm happy. Your energy is being moved. I'm sad. Your energy is being moved. Emotion. Simple terms. So Aquarius faces itself and now sees where it had a bad use of energy. Aquarius is now going to face itself in Capricorn. It's going to try and rule over the thoughts that was keeping it caught in this experience. Remember, this is source stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with no separation and no trees, no transits, no placements. This is about figuring out why the signs are not showing me the whole message. And that's really all this is. And unbecoming the signs, it's being the message. and not the pieces. So Aquarius faces itself in Capricorn and only trying to rule over what was tearing it apart. That is a struggle. I would not be surprised if another 8 comes up. That is a struggle itself. When you're trying to rule over what I already done told you is going to tear you apart, free will. Worse, 5. Worse than the 8 is the 5. It's movement itself. And what are you doing? You're looking for the abuser, but the abuser is you. So-and-so called me and said they're going to come over here and they're going to want me to come outside, but they got 12 of their cousins with them and they all got guns and they're going to shoot me if I come outside. Let them come on. Let them come on. You're going to get what you get. Because your ego, your energy in generating and operating form, they'll let you become emotion, let your energy be moved, and now you're about to get out here and get abused by abusers that already told you the answer. But see, they ain't going to test me. No, they did test you, and you failed. Common sense said that what they got going on ain't got nothing to do with me, but in the sense where I got raised, to where I got to have everything to do with it, bing, bing, bing. You're going to get to potentially meet your maker, and it ain't going to be God. Oops, sorry. So you can get out here, Aquarius and Capricorn, trying to rule over what was abusing you, and the only thing you keep on doing is running into reflections of yourself. Why? Because you're on a search party trying to find out who's doing this to you, who is the one who is making me use my free will to go into separation. God. Nope. Sorry. The devil. Nope. Sorry. Your dumb ass that don't even understand your own choice. Oops, you're unstable. You're unstable as shit. You looking for stability. Remember, this was about separation. I went into separation and then went further into separation, and then I tried to fight the separation to figure out which one of the separation was going to hold me together. You never had stability to begin with. This is no different than somebody that's in 9 relationships, but only one of them know. You don't have no stability in yourself, and now you destabilizing everybody you give your energy to. Why? Because you lying to yourself just as much as you lie to them. Stability. Stopped ability. Don't even waste your energy. Again, as I said, if you go back when I post this later, I already pre-called it. I'm sorry, it might be a psychic if I bought into those labels of this realm. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I said this type of reading always brings out somebody's aimless energy. If you can't come in here and disengage from what you think you know, you already went into a battlefield of your own design. So you're seeking stability, but you don't want change. And that's really what this is, the element of earth. The element of earth is where you get grounded out. Hi, take 2 wires, put them together, shit gets grounded out. So you trying to find stability, which in this sense, like I just said, you're trying to ground things out. You just want it to stop. This, again, is a form of cosmic psychosis where I got too many multiple personality disorders in my head, and I just want them to be quiet. Figure out which one is you and tell that motherfucker to be still. And then figure out where the other components of your voice is coming from. Will that work 100% for everybody? No. Will the 95% of people try it? No. Because you motherfuckers would rather pop a pill. Trying to find stability in the same shit that got you sick. 2 + 9, 11. You're still going to end up being pulled apart. Sorry. Still going to end up being pulled apart. So at that point, this was you going on a journey trying to find yourself. This was you in Sagittarius. Aquarius and Sagittarius is only trying to find stability in the journey of self. What most people don't realize is every time you get more experience, that is just you with experience. You don't become the experience just becomes another layer of you. So you need to figure out who you are before you have the experience, or else you're going to become the condition of the experience. And the best thing for an experience is somebody with conditions, because you don't have control. You're going to need help. You're going to need a Lord and Savior. You're going to need something to make you feel better about not being well on your own, because you have not done well on your own for yourself. Yikes. So at this point, Aquarius comes right back into facing Ophiuchus again. In between Sagittarius and Scorpio is Ophiuchus again. So Aquarius gets a rematch for the second time with Ophiuchus, and I now have this knowledge. Remember, at the beginning, it was the hidden one. He was wrestling with the ideal knowledge. At this moment, this is Aquarius with knowledge. And as said, should be enough knowledge to let you know that stability wasn't in there, and it was nothing but abuse and more illusions and fear, and I ended up a victim, and the shit was aimless. Damn. Sound like a bad stock market investment. Here, put in 100 and I'll give you back one next week. Put in $100 and I'll give you back one next week. Okay. Because my Lord and Savior got me. Sorry. So, aimlessness and psychosis and stupidity will have you doing shit because you rather give your energy to what you think you know instead of face the damn truth. This is all me. So, Aquarius brought in that knowledge of what it thought it knew. Holy shit, manipulation. Remember I told you back here this was a 5? 5 is manipulation. 5 is movement, manipulation, manifestation, stillness, all that shit. Amplification. When Aquarius now faces itself again in Ophiuchus, it has to understand that the only thing controlling its magic was itself. But let me tell you what's going to happen. When it now only wrestling with itself in the mirror, and the only image it saw was itself, and Jacob wrestled with God, and God looked just like him. But Jacob didn't think himself great enough, so Jacob called him something else. Because there's no way I could be this great and grand. Shh. So when you wrestling with yourself, but you don't want to take accountability for all the manipulation being you, you're going to point the finger. So now Aquarius is going to point the finger when it meets itself in Scorpio. There's no way I did this to myself. There's no way I signed a contract to come to Earth. There's no way that I made this realm this way. There's no way that I watched them do all kind of bad stuff, but all I did was vote for the people doing bad stuff because I forgot to vote for me. See, privilege just don't come in other colors. Privileges and blinders come with humanity. Oops. Humanity that ain't humane. But you motherfuckers love your pets though. Oops, sorry. Was having a conversation with the missus earlier. We was joking, and we was like, something that came up on the news. I'm on Scorpio. Something came up on the news, and it was like the Vatican now makes an announcement that Jesus Christ might not return this time, but keep praying and keep going to church and keep paying your tithes. And we was laughing like, shit, maybe Jesus was a homeless veteran. He tried to get help, but there was no coverage. So he probably ended up killing himself. Because who cares about veterans, right? But you motherfuckers that do tooth and nail for your goddamn dogs, though. Oops. Fuck you, Peter. Spoken as a veteran. You motherfuckers don't care. As long as we protecting y'all asses. Oops. So... you out here as Aquarius and Scorpio, you want vindication. You want vengeance. Yeah. Most only care with conditions. Most only care with conditions. Because if we cared, hear me out, and myself included, if we cared, there would be no homelessness altogether. Not when there's all this plenitude all around us. But we vote for a system that doesn't care about us, expecting it to care about us, while being disrespectful to the ones who put it in a motherfucking position to be there. So do you really care? Or are you just a fucking condition? Don't fuck with me. Do you care, or are you just in the conditions of fucking privilege? So... no, this is an Aquarius. Again, somebody tried to do that on my post yesterday too. And again, no disrespect, but dealing with wholeness, that bullshit of elevated and non-elevated and evolved and non-evolved, that's irrelevant. The whole problem is you buy into the ideology of yourself in separation, and within separation is the room to separate yourself even further. So you can lie to yourself about being evolved or unevolved, but that is only you finding the parameters of yourself in separation, when the whole thing here is stop being the signs and be the whole message. In the message, Aquarius is a figment of a thought in separation, so therefore it's an illusion, just like all the other signs. So whether you glorify or glamorize yourself in position in the illusion, you're still in the fucking illusion. It's still an ill use of ions. What's going on? So, again, this was Aquarius facing itself with the need for vindication. We already did over you, because yeah, this was Aquarius facing itself in Scorpio. And for years I've been telling people Scorpio, I think I called it an earth sign. In this illusion of separation, Scorpio has just as much fire as a fucking Aries. Born as an Aries, the only thing that can sexually compare to an Aries is a fucking Scorpio. That is the creative fire. Sex is the creative fire of this realm. I'm sorry if your simple minds can't get that. Sex, sexual energy, is the creative fire of this realm. What do everybody say? Man, get you a Scorpio, they hot. But it's an earth sign. No, more parameters of separation. Just like historically, Capricorn was a sea goat. If it was a sea goat, would it not be a water sign? Shh. But again, the conditions of the separation, whatever makes you feel good, is what you believe in. Oops. So, Scorpio, Aquarius and Scorpio, all you want is to point the finger at everybody else and everything else that you now found in separation. But if I'm only pointing my finger at what I found in separation, how the fuck I get there? How'd I get there? Maybe you wasn't reading the signs. See, I told you to get off on exit 12. Now you're at exit 36. Whose fault is it? The motherfucker that wasn't paying attention. So Aquarius, instead of pointing the finger at what you want to kill, stop giving life to everything else. Oops, ignorance. Ignorance. The Fool card. Holy shit, they go that free will. Your free will already been gone. Because you are only using the free will to move in where your energy has already been placed on a journey. What do you mean placed on a journey? See, you signed a soul contract. Or I had a soul tie, and that's my twin flame, and that's my family, and that's my tribe, and I got to go through 638 life cycles before I can finally reincarnate enough to ascend through the process of learning planet Earth. Shut up. Ignorance. You can lie and fool to yourself about stepping across the road, but whatever lied to you and fooled you into moving, still your fucking responsibility. It was still your free will. It's your free will to lie to yourself. And we do it. It's your free will to lie to yourself about who lying to you and believing more in it and them than yourself. Why? Ignorance. But only in this realm, as you see one of my favorite hashtags, resonance is often ignorance. In this realm, resonance is ignorance. Because girl, it made me feel good. So see, that's why I hang out with her, because she toxic just like me. Or I hang out with him because he toxic just like me. So we gonna do the same shit. We know we need to do better. But at least I got somebody that's gonna do the same shit that I do. Ignorance. You don't want change. You don't want more. You don't want to do better for yourself. You just want something to verify that you ain't doing so bad. So you out here trying to kill shit. Good. I'm out here trying to kill shit by creating shit that's killing me. Take your time with that one. I'm out here trying to kill the shit that I created that's killing me. Who should you get rid of? Your creative process. Change your thought process. See, you so negative. Shh, words are spells. But ignorance is bliss. Oops. So, your ignorance is your bliss because you done found balance with it. Aquarius, remember, you're already in separation. No matter what I say, Aquarius, your primary energy is separation. Yet, in any sense of the word, Separation is creation. Back me up, goddesses. When you push and that baby come out, that baby is now separated from you. You have now entered into creation. You have now crossed the thresholds of death through the great dimensional door, and you have now brought in life. You are now, cut the cord, in separation. You are veritably Aquarius and manifest. This whole realm is another version of Aquarius and manifest. This ain't the age of Aquarius, because you are all signs until you learn to hold yourself together. So your ignorance is what keep pulling you apart. So now you're at Aquarius trying to find balance with everything that's destroying you, which is a very dumb thing to do. If you only giving your energy to the same shit that's destroying you, you just help destroy yourself. But you call it balance. Oops, deceit. You don't see yourself. Hello, Oshun. You don't love yourself. You just love your traumas. Why I keep manifesting people that play with me? Because you're still playing with yourself. And not in a good way. But you still coming. Oops. Strike that, Your Honor. You don't see yourself. You can't Oshun this. You don't see yourself in the reflection. You just see your traumas. You just see your traumas. Them threes, let me tell you how to move. The Divine Empress. If 4 is the Divine Emperor, he who makes the rules, she who has the king's ear is the ruler. Tell y'all that all the time. Some of y'all would learn that. And I'll be me for a minute. If some of y'all would learn that, you put your titties away. But please, because I like to look. Take your time. This realm ain't going nowhere soon. So please take your time, because I like to look. You get it? If you understood how you present yourself is what you're attracting and manifesting, but it's your divine right because you call yourself in your divine feminine, divine masculine wounded. Bullshit. Excuse me. Divine masculine wounded. Still deceiving yourself. You don't see yourself. You just see the reflection of your traumas to where you've been subjugated and held down and told what I can and can't do, so I'm going to do everything opposite. Holy shit. Still caught in the trap. I'm going to counter one move by showing another move that will still counter to the other move, but holy shit, I'm still moving. You ain't learned shit about stillness. You just learn how to go tit for motherfucking tat. Still playing a goddamn game. Ignorance. But it's your free will, though. So you're out here trying to find balance with everything that deceived you, because the only thing you're listening to is the thoughts that are telling you the best way to move. If you understood anything, again, I tell you this all the fucking time. If you understood anything about a parasite, the parasite only wants you to do what it tells you to do without endangering it. If you understood anything about autoimmune disease, the autoimmune disease only wants you to nurture it more than you nurture yourself. Fuck. Parasitic and autoimmune disease. Whew. Layers. Damn. Layers to what you find in balance with the forces of your own destruction. So now you caught. Remember I just showed you where you can't keep still? You caught in that veritable cycle. You now are Aquarius in Virgo. You are in a variable cycle of putting yourself in the middle of the road and wondering why you get hit. Put yourself in the middle of the road and wondering why you get hit. Put yourself in the middle of the road, wondering why you get hit. Pow! Because you haven't learned to do anything different, because you keep investing in doing the same. Definition of insanity. How do you put a hot pot down? See, you got to go to the right angle, and you got to make sure that Mercury is in Mars, and then you got to make sure there's a full moon and a new moon, and you got to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. Shut up. Shut up. Put the motherfucker down. Just drop it. Just drop it, but at that moment of just dropping it, take accountability for why my dumb ass picked it up in the first place. See, I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson that it was hot. I just did not use my awareness to save me. So therefore, I ended up in an experienced knowledge. But now that I know I can do more. See, that's the danger of knowledge. Knowledge gives you an arrogance of your ego that makes you impervious to pain. And don't just limit yourself to pain on this realm. Pain of experience, and you will keep on investing And when you are willingly investing in doing something that will not work out for you, you've already undone yourself. Hi, unbecoming the signs. When you keep investing in everything that has already told you, I'm going to pull you apart, but I'm going to tell you how to hold yourself together where you've already been pulled apart. The most important words was, you've already been pulled apart. I'm going to tell you how to make $20, but give me 40, and I'll give you 20 back. Huh? Ooh. But ignorance is a motherfucker. And fools are plenty. So you out here in this Virgo loop of out here trying to figure out why you keep getting hit. Oops, because you enslaved to the cycle. Remember I told you about that damn snake? What you think you know? This is the Leviathan, and it's the 2 in the 7. 2, connection, knowledge. 7, myself. What I think I know. I think I know myself, but I think I know myself enough that I'm going to get out here in my insecurities and try and tell somebody else what they're doing, even though I'm looking like a dumbass fool, but I'm going to keep on doing it anyway. Praise Jesus. Enslaved, but not smart enough to know that it was enslavement that got her to where the fuck she's at. Idiot. So, you enslaved and don't know no better. You just know that you want to see better while doing the same, without realizing that everything you're talking about is using your power. Holy shit, Aquarius and Leo. You already been pulled apart, and the only thing holding you together is your power. What was the first thing I said? You already been pulled apart. So if you already been pulled apart, but you're only using your power to hold you together where you already been pulled apart, use a fool. Oops. Hermit card in reverse. Hermit card in reverse, but you gonna covet your struggle. You gonna covet your struggle. You see what I'm saying right there? This is Ocean, the healer. I'm not responsible for my healing. I already have a healer who watched me be sick. But I'm dumb enough to believe that everything's on a timetable. How'd that work out for your fucking ancestors? Oops. Shh. Fool. So, you covet your right to be foolish because you can't tell a foolish that they've been fooled until the foolishness fools them into something different. Oops. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't realize where you give up your power to everything and then you covet what you think you know. But yet, if you knew what you thought you knew, you wouldn't be in here. Don't pray for me because you being preyed on. Prey. Shit sucking your energy in all different directions. But let your life tell your tale, fool. So you don't understand that you just gave up all your power, which means, holy shit, I'm my own cancer, but I got a healer. I got a healer in a world full of sickness. In a world full of sickness, I got a healer. We call that delusion. So Aquarius faces itself in Cancer. We call that delusion. You've been pulled apart. The Queen of Earth in reverse. The influence over what I believe in ain't left me nothing but mortality and worry because it promised to show me a kingdom after I get through being a slave. Oops. Common sense would tell you something different. But common sense in a mind that does not have senses is commonly uncommon. 3 and 1, you trapped. 3 and 1, that thought done already took all your potential. Here, let's walk this fool backwards. The thought done already took all your potential and left you with nothing but worry. But you covet the right to be enslaved. Why? Because it's going to show me a higher vibration one day soon. 12 years a slave. Holy shit, but you enslaved now. Why? Because I'm connected to who I know I'm taught to be. Even though it had already fucking deceived you and left your ass with ignorance through use of your free will and left you with nothing. Now you ain't know who you are. But you run from the fact that I'm only manipulating myself because, holy shit, I have to give all my energy, all my currency, all my tithes to pay somebody else's bills when I can't even pay my own. But I'm going to call that stability. Yet it ain't abusing me because everything you saying is an illusion. But I'm going to get out here and show you my fear because I need you to think like me. Because if I thought like me and I was safe in what I was thinking, I wouldn't need you to think like me at all. But that's just a sign of victimology. But only victimology in this realm nowadays is narcissism. Y'all got that one wrong. A lot of y'all call people narcissistic. It's really you that are the narcissist. Case by case basis. Don't get me wrong. Don't get stupid. But the majority of the people that like to toss around that word, I'm a victim, you're really the narcissist. Why? Because you didn't use your awareness to get out of a situation and you got mad when who you hired to fuck you over fucked you over. Because shit was aimless in the first place. But you aim for more and you got it. You got it. When you aim for more, you tend to get everything you let pull you apart. Why? Because my thoughts show me all the potential. Which means you now sponsoring your own separation. Aquarius, the sign of separation, is now facing Gemini, the separation itself. There is the man me and there's the divine me. There is the man me and the divine me. And neither one of them in control. Because who you think you are and who you think is ruling over you are merely just constructs and figments of your imagination where the thought said it's easy to fool a fool into creating, which means they're only generating and operating their own fucking destruction and don't even know it. You are God performing as the devil because you advocate for your separation, which means you only sponsor your own destruction. Damn, goddess. It's all you. You the power plant. You the power plant. You the one running yourself through cycles 1 through 9. You use your potential to control others on behalf of your master. You the sun. But as I always said, this is Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is the supreme healer, but he's also an angel of death. Sometimes you need to die to what you think is healing you so that you learn to live. But the problem with a fool is they're seeking death as a way to live because they're still the results of some faulty ass programming. Cognitive dissonance, indoctrination. So the Gemini, Aquarius and Gemini, is only rebirthing more cycles because the only thing that's consistent in a fool is the foolish right to give up their energy. Hi, November coming. November coming. The only thing consistent with fooled and fooled people is belief that they're not fooled into fooling themselves into doing the same shit over and over again. Ain't gonna complain all 4 years in between. But it's all we know. Shh. You only giving all your power to what's designed to pull you apart. Which means once you give your power to pull yourself apart, it's going to take your power to put you back together. God's got this. God. Dimples. Hey, God. How you doing? You still here, ain't you? You understand that? This, if she's still in here, is the equivalent of a virgin in a whorehouse. And I'm the sacred whore. You want some? That's the only reason why she's still here. Because a part of her knows that she needs something different. Because her mind is tired of being lied to by the same. But stuck in shit. When you get stuck in shit and rebirthing that same energy, you now hit Aquarius and Taurus. I'm already pulled apart, and the only thing I'm finding is the shit I'm stuck in. But if I keep on investing in the shit that I'm stuck in, maybe one day the shit will stop shitting on me. Where does shit come from? Check your drawers. The shit came from you. The shit came from you. So as I was telling somebody earlier, even when you break the lower level vices of religion, which is a vice, sorry if that hurts your little nurtured feelings, but when you lose that lower level construct of thinking that something outside of you is more for you than you are yourself, if you bring those imprinted concepts into the realm of wholeness, much like a lot of people will do this. A lot of people found this out. When they leave the big three religions, let's just say Christianity, Muslim, and Catholicism, and all the other shit like that, when they leave that and they now start become a practitioner, well, I'm practicing ATR, or I'm a hoodoo priestess, or I'm a this, I'm a Wiccan, and all this other stuff, and then they run into something that their now exposed mind cannot process, guess what they use to process it with? That Christian fear. And now you went from Priestess Oshun, Yemaya, Elidantor, back to a child of God. Because your fear of doing something new tied into the fear of not doing something new. When you met something new, you're going to run back to what was safe. That is why you have seen so many people over the last year or two throw in their crystals and throw in their candles, and y'all need to repent. Burn your cards. I used to be a reader, but then I got scared, so I ran back to where I ran from, and ain't shit changed. Except for the amount of fucking gullibility and stupidity that you will tell yourself in doing something different that's still the same. Oops. Still stuck in the same shit that separated you, but you ran back to the shit that separated you because you think it's going to hold you together. Oops. You starring in your own separation. Holy shit. This is the Abeji. Here, let me tell you a little story about the Abeji. Who is it? T.Y. and Kahinde. One of them send the other one out. The elder sends the younger child out of the womb. By African folklore, the elder child in the womb sends the younger child out first to see if it's safe. Whew. I'm talking about treachery from the womb. Because if the younger child goes out first and doesn't make it, then the elder one knows it needs to stay in until somebody comes to get it. You understand that? You starting your own separation. You willing to sacrifice a piece of you to make sure that that other side of me gets safe. Go back to the analogy that I just gave you. You ran from what was harmful for you or wasn't working for you, trying to find something else that might work, and then you ran into fear, so you ran back to where fear made you run in the first place. You look like a goddamn rat in a cage, just running back and forth. Ping, 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 ping. But the rat in the cage that's still running in the cage is still giving the cage its what? Power. Still giving it its energy. So you trapped. You starring. All your potential and what's got you struggling potentially now has you. Take your time with that one. Everything that you potentially star in potentially already has you. Sorry. So you're caught in your Taurus energy right there. So now you realize, holy shit, Aquarius, where I'm already in separation, now I'm on fire. Aquarius in Aries, because all these thoughts keep on telling me to separate, and holy shit, my head is hot because there's so many thoughts lining up. I feel like that little white girl behind that sitting on that couch with all them big 7 dudes behind them. You know the meme I'm talking about. Something bad finna happen. Perspective. Somebody finna get railroaded. You sitting on the couch and all your thoughts lined up behind you without their shirts on. Come here, baby girl. Oops. They finna do stuff to me. Yeah. Why? Because you gave me your energy. How'd my mind get on fire? Because I keep on sponsoring my thoughts with my stupidity. Oops. I'm the leak. Potentially, I know who I am. Well, who are you? Potentially, I'm trapped. 4 is a box. The rat in the cage. Potentially, I'm trapped. And they got all my power. But I don't know I'm the leak. So I need somebody to heal my leak. Heal my leak. I will one day, my child. In the meantime, work. Pray to me. Pay me. And love thy neighbor as I love you. Huh? Shh. Patience. Patience. and Patient. Patient. Grippy socks. Crazy as fuck. Mind on fire. Can't keep still. Cosmic psychosis. I got 95 identities and all 800 of them are me. Oops. So now you really got to ask yourself, holy shit, Aquarius. This is the potential of what I can become if I nut on myself. Become nut on myself. Get it? So let me walk you backwards. Aquarius, if I don't face myself and be still, I'm going to lose all my energy in everything I become patient for. What I become patient for? Starring in my own separation. But how am I starring in my own separation? Because it's taking all my energy to keep it in cycle. But what is that going to do for me? Potentially pull me apart and introduce me to the field of death. Only death is the end and the beginning. So holy shit, I'm in perpetual motion. But I'm going to covet my position and try and find control over what's already got me enslaved. That snake, knowledge, that had already deceived me. The grand deceiver. The grand deceiver is self. The grand deceiver is self in the form of Satan, the adversary, yet the advocate. You not advocating for yourself means you're already your adversary. You advocating for your separation means you are already your adversary. So you can deceive yourself by giving your energy into them thoughts, which is the most ignorant thing you could do, because then you're going to have to use your free will to create a God to come save you where you already manipulated yourself because you lack stability, but yet you found stability in stopping your ability to stop the abuse by ill using the ions, giving your energy into a bunch of illusions that you want to be real. And the only way that you can verify that they're real is by what your dumb ass believe in. Belief. And believing you falling from a tree. Oops. But that's all right. Never fear. What you connected to is connected to you too. Victim. And aimless. No ability to think for yourself. Trust ye not in your own understanding. I'll tell you what to think. Says the book that was written over 1,000 years, no more than 500 years ago, about people that was supposedly over 2,000 years ago here. Shh, shh, shh. Let's not do that. Because it's just a work of man either way it go. Shh. But Aquarius needs to learn to face itself. I'm my own cause of separation. Ain't nobody done this to me. Ain't no book. Ain't what I saw in meditation. Ain't what I smoked or what I took or what I drunk. Just me. The fact that I can't sit my punk ass down and be still is why everything moves me. So Aquarius has to face itself and say, if I don't get my shit together, here becomes my journey. This is Aquarius that better get his shit together. That shit is going to sacrifice me. Holy shit, that shit is going to hang me up. That shit is just going to do more than enslave me. That shit going to hang me up too. But Oren Mila, Ifa, the witness to creation. And if you go back and watch my one about source, and I said, how can you witness creation unless you was there before creation? Here's Aquarius. You were there before you created the struggle of yourself and separation. You just chose the struggle over you. We do that almost every day. Ain't a person in this motherfucker that can't tell me different. And I'm not just talking about your government. I'm talking about even in your basic relationship. Sometimes you choose what you've invested in over yourself out of the necessity or out of the manipulative act of wanting to see something different. But it's still a manipulation and use of energy nonetheless. So sometimes you will sacrifice what you got going on with you for something else with the hopes of positioning yourself back into fucking balance. Balance is a fucking lie. Balance requires duality. This requires wholeness. There's only source. You can keep seeing yourself from the perspective of separation, but until you stop to see yourself in separation, you're only going to see you in pieces. Seeking peace and begging for a massa. Oops. Everything within the illusion of the mind exists. I'm not going to use the word real. Everything within the mind exists because it takes the mind's power to create it. The plentifulness of the stars, the thoughts. There are more thoughts in your head than there are sands on the beach. And all of them are in line trying to get your energy. You understand that? All of them want your energy. And the ones that get your energy get promoted to experiences. The only thing the parasite in your mind called a thought wants is the right to experience. You have the right as the thinker not to fall prey to the thought. But if you just think that I'm a thought that got to keep on thinking and there's something greater than me that's going to tell me what to think because they're working for me more than I work for myself, they're going to end my life now. So as I was saying, if you think that there's something working more on your behalf than you are working for yourself, not only are you a fool, but you fit for this realm. Wholeness. This was Unbecoming the Signs, Aquarius. Next is Capricorn, the thinker themselves. That one's going to be delicious. Wholeness.